Hello everybody. Hello YouTube. Hello art history enthusiasts and visual culture aficionados. It's me again, Miss M, and I'm back with yet another video. This time I'll just cut to the chase and let you know the topic of this video is once again The Exorcist. And I'm gonna be doing this in a way that conforms to my educational goals as far as this channel of mine in general. Once again, we're starting at the home page of my channel again so that you will know that you're in the right place. If I sound a little tired, that's because I tried doing this video already, and my computer just screeched to a halt and said, no, you don't. Not now, Miss M. You're going to have to fix some stuff first, and then maybe we'll let you do this video. So for the last 2 or 3 hours I've been fixing some stuff, and I already did about, I don't know, I thought I was almost done with my video, and then I looked up at the counter, the time, and it had stopped. The damn thing had stopped, and it said no. So that's when I realized I had to regroup. Okay. Apparently my computer was overwhelmed from storing all of these videos that I've been making, and I had to fix that. So that's what happened. Anyway, I think I'm done for now. I'm gonna have to do some more stuff later, but for now I'm done. And please, whatever it is that presides over the heavens and the earth, I hope it helps me get through to the end of this video right now, because I am just done. I'm tired and whatever. But anyway, so we're talking about The Exorcist today. And this is going to be my second video. This is the first one here, Understanding the Exorcist. What the hell is going on? And I ask that question many times a day, not just in reference to The Exorcist, but in life in general. I wonder what the hell is going on. I have yet to come to any kind of understanding or any kind of suitable, satisfactory answer to the question, what the hell is going on? But I guess that's why I'm making these videos, to help me out, to help me figure some stuff out. But I'm going to talk about a couple things today, maybe in preparation for the future. I don't know. First of all, let me get through with some church announcements. I did say I was going to link to a couple of Rob Ager videos, and I will. I absolutely will. These are the two that I'm just zooming in so you can get a better look at them. This one, which is called Excavating the Exorcist, from his Rob Ager channel, which is from 2018. I do remember watching this video, and there's some good information here. I've got to say, there is some good information here. And I'm focusing on this part of the video because it features one particular clip from the movie that focuses on the sun, the big orb of the sun in the sky, in the Iraqi sky in this movie, The Exorcist, when Father Merrin is still on his archaeological dig where he finds the little Pazuzu figurine, and then he goes off somewhere again, and he stares down the larger Pazuzu statue. That's the location that I believe this is in, if I'm not mistaken. Right, the sun. And there's somebody that I've been discussing the sun with a lot. If you're watching this video, want to say hey, how you doing? And here it is in The Exorcist, the sun in all of its blazing, searing hot glory. And the filmmakers of The Exorcist, the director and the writer, I guess maybe they were working together, saw fit to include this in the movie. So I will leave a link. And there it is again, and as you can see, my cursor is hovering over this 19-minute part of the video, that sun. There it is. But yeah, I'll link to this in my description for this video. And also this one. On the Collative Learning channel from Rob Ager, he talks about the even darker underbelly of the Exorcist film analysis. And I stopped on this one because this is the thumbnail I'm going to use for this video. Father Merrin approaching the McNeil household in the movie. There's light coming from what we assume. Can we assume that this is Regan's bedroom window? I don't know. But there it is, right? And then there's this street light here and it all seems to be shrouded in some sort of mysterious fog, at least in this photo. Another, and I'll link to this as well, the even darker underbelly of the Exorcist. And another one that I'll link to is this channel in general, Exorcist Reviews. I talked with this person, hello, on Instagram, and the person who does this channel is a wealth of information regarding this movie and the background and the creation and the writing and the directing and the etc., and so on and so forth. So please do check this channel and the videos about The Exorcist on it out. As you can see, there's so much. There really is. It doesn't look like a lot, but the person touches on a lot of interesting aspects of the movie. And of course, they've got a couple more channels down here that you can also check out. So thank you for talking with me, and thank you for entertaining a newbie. And I am. That's exactly what I am. I'm very new to this movie and new to thinking about it and analyzing it, what have you. But once again, which one do I want to go back to? I guess my homepage here. My first video, I just sort of did an overview of my initial impression of the movie. Okay? Nothing in depth, really. Today, there's a reason why I'm linking to these Rob Ager videos. This one, Excavating the Exorcist, and the other one, the Dark Underbelly video. And I think that's all I'm going to link to as far as Rob Ager. I'm linking to them because they're pertinent to what I want to talk about today. And that's it. I'm not going to I don't think I'm going to mention Rob Ager in any of my future Exorcist videos. I like his videos. I really do. I'm a fan. But, do I agree with everything he says? No. No, I don't. But that doesn't matter. It's still valuable to go and watch his videos. There's stuff that he really does very well. And there's stuff that I believe, I don't want to say he got it wrong, but he has his way of viewing things, and, the rest of us, we each have our own way of viewing things. And I guess I'll just leave it at that. That's enough for me to say. What do I want to talk about today? Well, here's the Wikipedia page for the movie, sorry. And sorry, I was reading something very quickly. And the reason I'm at the Wikipedia page is because it's a good resource, it's a good starting point, and the list of all the people who play all of the different roles in the movie is here, the list for the cast. Also, the Internet Movie Database page. As you can see, they feature the cover of the, I don't know what it is, DVD or just movie in general, with Father Merrin bathed in that, very mysterious, foggy light. And this is an interesting image, right? It's an interesting image for a lot of reasons. Light, not always, I won't say always, but quite often light symbolizes knowledge. of some sort, knowledge. And in many cases, it symbolizes knowledge that comes from a divine or an otherworldly or supernatural source. Okay, I'll go back to this one because it's bigger so you can see it. If that's the case, light equals knowledge. What does this say? What is this photo telling us? This image. The light is coming from, again, we presume, Regan's bedroom, where all of this stuff is going on. This creepy, crazy, terrifying stuff, right? So is the source of knowledge whatever is going on in Regan's room, and whoever it is that's occupying Regan's body that is causing all this stuff to happen, also known as Pazuzu? Possibility. It is a possibility. And now I wanted to talk about a couple of different things today. I wanted to talk about, like I said, here goes the sun again. What do I want to talk about? I want to talk about the deities featured in the movie. Not the regular flesh and blood people, no. Regan, her mother Chris, Father Karras, Father Marin, and whoever else that's, just a flesh and blood human being character in the movie. No, I want to talk about characters in the movie that do not exist in the real world as people do, as ordinary living people do. I want to talk about what I will call deities. I don't know what else to call them. And that's why I'm at this page, Wikipedia page, Ancient Mesopotamian Religion, because Pazuzu is an ancient Mesopotamian deity. All right, so I will link to this in my description so you can go ahead and read through it. Go to this part, Mythology, and, just for your light reading for this video, go to the Mythology part and look at the deities part. Look at this information. Again, what does it say here? A Sumerian list of around 560 deities, dated to 2600 BC. Wow. That's a lot. That is a lot. Right. Should I read through this? What did I want to? Did I want to read through this? Yeah. I'm still reeling from, by the way, all the mess that I had to go through to just get this video started. But, and you can also link to Mesopotamian myths, and I might in a future video, we shall see. Mythology. There are no specific written records explaining Mesopotamian religious cosmology that survive today. Nonetheless, modern scholars have examined various accounts and created what is believed to be an at least partially accurate depiction of Mesopotamian cosmology. In the Epic of Creation dated to 1200 BC, it explains that the god Marduk killed the mother goddess Tiamat and used half her body to create the earth and the other half to create both the paradise of Shamu and the netherworld of Irsitu. A document from a similar period stated that the universe was a spheroid with 3 levels of Shamu, where the gods dwelt and where the stars existed, above the 3 levels of earth below it. All right. So deities, Mesopotamian religion was polytheistic, thereby accepting the existence of many different deities, both male and female, though it was also henotheistic. And you can hover over that for a little bit of a definition of that word. Henotheism is a worship of a single supreme god, while not denying the existence or possible existence of other lower deities. Okay. It was also henotheistic, with certain gods being viewed as superior to others by their specific devotees. These devotees were often from a particular city or city-state that held that deity as its patron deity. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? It really should, because we do it in the modern world. And I won't talk about the entire planet Earth, but in the United States there are many places named after saints. All right? Hello again, everybody. I had to pause this video. I don't know what's going on tonight. I really don't. Somebody or something has been making my life difficult this evening, especially with regard to making this video. Are there forces that don't want me to talk about this? I don't know. I'm scared. The movie didn't scare me. This, tonight, is scaring me a little bit. Stuff keeps happening. First, my computer crapped out on me. And then I just said I got started, and if I sound tired, that's why. And then I got started 15 minutes or so in, kaboom. Something happened, I had to pause. And here I am again. We'll see if I can continue. We'll see if I can continue. I just want to let Pazuzu know that I am not against him. I'm actually going to say good things. And he knows that already. I mean, come on now. If he's a deity, and he should already know all that. So, where was I? Oh, yes. Okay. Good. I was talking about patron deities, right? The city-state that held the deity as its patron deity. I said, does that sound familiar? It should sound familiar, okay? How many places in the United States are named after saints? All right, St. Louis, San Antonio, San Francisco, San Diego, Santa Barbara, that's just California. In Los Angeles, where I'm from, not even named after a specific saint, but it's, the city of angels. Okay, so we have... You should be familiar with it, because that's what we do here, and that's what's done in many places on planet Earth. A place is named after a deity, or god, or goddess, or saint, or what have you, right? So, as it repeats here, right? Though the full number of gods and goddesses found in Mesopotamia is not known, this individual, K. Tolkvist, in his Akadische Piteta, counted around 2,400 that scholars know, most of which had Sumerian names. Well, that sounds significant. All right, the Mesopotamian gods bore many similarities with humans and were anthropomorphic, thereby having humanoid form. Similarly, they often acted like humans, requiring food and drink, as well as drinking alcohol, and subsequently suffering the effects of drunkenness, but were thought to have a higher degree of perfection than common men. They were thought to be more powerful, all-seeing and all-knowing, unfathomable, and, above all, immortal. One of their prominent features was a terrifying brightness, melamu, which surrounded them, producing an immediate reaction of awe and reverence among men. Okay, I don't think I have to go on. You get the idea, right? You get the idea. And the reason I'm here is because I want to go here, right? List of Mesopotamian deities, because that is where we find Pazuzu, but also a couple of other ones. I'll read this little bit here. Deities in ancient Mesopotamia were almost exclusively anthropomorphic. They were thought to possess extraordinary powers and were often envisioned as being of tremendous physical size, so basically giants. The deities typically wore melam. Is that the same as what I just read about melamu? I don't know. But they typically wore melam, an ambiguous substance which covered them in terrifying splendor, and which could also be worn by heroes, kings, giants, and even demons. The effect that seeing a deity's melam had on a human is described as ni, ni, a word for the physical creeping of the flesh. That's interesting. Both the Sumerian and Akkadian languages contain many words to express the sensation of ni, including the word puluhtu, meaning fear. Deities were almost always depicted wearing horned caps, and this is going to be important when I finally do my video in my Mesopotamian series about the stele of Naram-Shin. And you'll see why when we get to it. Deities were almost always depicted wearing horned caps consisting of up to 7 superimposed pairs of ox horns. They were also sometimes depicted wearing clothes with elaborate decorative gold and silver ornaments sewn into them. Okay? I don't know if I should continue. But no, this is way too much. I want to get to Pazuzu. He's not a major deity. He's not a primordial being. He's not a minor deity. No, he's a monster. He's considered a monster. Along with all these other quote-unquote monsters, like the Bull of Heaven, which I want to discuss as well in the future. But here he is. Here he is. I'll read about Pazuzu. Pazuzu is a demonic god who was well known to the Babylonians and Assyrians throughout the first millennium BC. He is shown with a rather canine face with abnormally bulging eyes, a scaly body, a snake-headed penis, the talons of a bird, and usually wings. He was believed to be the son of the god Hanbi. He was a beneficent entity who protected against winds bearing pestilence. We could have used him for COVID. And he was thought to be able to force Lamashtu back to the underworld. Amulets bearing his image were positioned in dwellings to protect infants from Lamashtu. We'll get to Lamashtu. Lamashtu is absolutely no good. No good in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. But he protected infants from Lamashtu, and pregnant women frequently wore amulets with his head on them as protection from her. So Lamashtu is female. Ironically, Pazuzu appears in the Exorcist films as the demon that possesses the little girl. So whoever wrote this, come on now. Come on now. Get it together. Ironically. What that tells me is maybe you didn't watch the movie, or maybe you didn't watch it closely enough. Yes, I'm being messy. Okay. But so Hanbi is Pazuzu's father, all right, in Sumerian and Akkadian mythology. Hanbi, or Hanpa, more commonly known in Western texts, was the god of evil, god of all evil forces, and the father of Pazuzu and Humbaba. Aside from his relationship with Pazuzu, very little is known of this figure. So this is all Wikipedia has to say about Hanbi. Pazuzu Daddy. All right. Humbaba, also spelled Huwawa and surnamed the Terrible, so Humbaba the Terrible, was a monstrous giant of immemorial age raised by Utu, the sun, justice, truth god. Humbaba was the guardian of the cedar forest where the gods lived by the will of the god Enlil. Okay, so we know a little bit about Humbaba. Pazuzu, though. I'm focused on Pazuzu in this video because Pazuzu is very seriously featured in The Exorcist. Pazuzu is the one. Okay, Pazuzu is the one that is basically in control of everything. All right, Pazuzu, you're not going to go, you a mortal person, being, it cannot go up against a god, goddess, deity, monster, which is what they say Pazuzu is. For a monster, he's, seriously concerned with protecting children and mothers, which makes me like him already. Okay? Makes me like Pazuzu already. But anyway, Hanbi is the father. We don't know a lot about Hanbi, other than that he's the god of evil, the god of all evil forces, and the father of Pazuzu and Humbaba. I don't know who Pazuzu's mother is. Right now it's not pertinent to what I'm discussing, but let's keep it going with Pazuzu, right? Pazuzu, there he is. There he is, bronze statuette of Pazuzu, circa 8th century BC, and this thing is located at the Louvre. All right. In ancient Mesopotamian religion, Pazuzu was the king of the demons of the wind, brother of Humbaba, and son of the god Hanbi. He also represented the southwestern wind and the bearer of storms and drought, so he could really mess stuff up. If he could control storms and drought, that means he's in control of the food and whether or not you get to eat. Because as I discussed in my video here, where is she? The video I did about Inanna. Inanna is the goddess of fertility. And I don't think fertility is just confined to the realm of baby making. It also probably has to do with crops and a successful harvest. But Pazuzu, where is he? He can just mess all of that up if he so chooses. Okay, Pazuzu is often depicted as a combination of diverse animal and human parts. We already went through some of them, but this here, it includes that he has a scorpion's tail and the head of a lion or dog. I guess they're not sure. That's why they said or. He has his right hand up and left hand down. Interesting. Very interesting. So, should I just jump to it? Yeah, I guess, because I'll forget if I don't say it right now. In the movie, and most people who watch this movie, the viewers of the movie and the characters within the movie itself, seem to believe that Regan is possessed by the devil himself. I'm saying they're wrong. I'm saying Regan is not possessed by the devil. She's possessed by Pazuzu. Okay? Pazuzu is not the devil. The devil is a composite character. Whoever created that character drew from many different mythological traditions. Not just one, but a whole bunch of them. So the devil or Satan is a composite figure. And very similar to Pazuzu in appearance. So the devil has the horns. Oh dear. So we talked about horns already. That in the Mesopotamian world, that means it's a deity. So okay, horns, wings. What else does the devil have? The lower half of his body or his feet are cloven, like what? Like a goat, I guess, and whatever else. So that's what we're dealing with the commonly accepted or commonly conceived image of this character from Christian mythology. I'll just leave it at that for now. I'm not prepared, because I've already got way too much stuff to talk about in this video. I'm not prepared to do an exploration of that figure and where all of the different stuff comes from. But just know that much about it. And the people in the characters in the movie and the people who watch this movie don't question. They don't seem to question for one single solitary second whether or not Regan is in fact possessed by the devil or by Pazuzu. We see Pazuzu, we see the statue, we see Father Merrin digging and finding the little figurine, and we see him kind of standing with the life-sized statue of Pazuzu later on when he's in Iraq. But do people make the connection? Or do they think that's a depiction of the devil? Do they care? Or, I mean, I don't know. I do care. I like to be specific about things, as you can tell, maybe by now. But anyway, let me keep going with this. Mythology. Pazuzu is the demon of the southwest wind, known for bringing famine during dry seasons, the locusts during rainy seasons. Pazuzu was invoked in apotropaic amulets. What's an apotropaic amulet? It is a type of magic intended to turn away harm or evil influences, as in deflecting misfortune or averting the evil eye. So it's a form of protective magic. Pazuzu is used in that. He's thought of as a figure that can protect people from harm, even though he can bring famine and locusts and whatever. I guess people want to use that negative energy in a positive way for themselves when they invoke him with these amulets, these apotropaic amulets, which combine the powers. Which combat the powers of his rival, the malicious goddess Lamashtu, who is believed to cause harm to mother and child during childbirth. Although Pazuzu is considered an evil spirit, he was called upon to ward off other malicious spirits. He would protect humans against any variety of misfortune or plague. How is that evil? How is that? I see what I mean? They say this right here. That sounds like a pretty okay figure to me. Okay, if he's protective of humans, especially children and mothers, and he's protecting people against any variety of misfortune or plague. How is that evil? Just because of the dry seasons and the locusts? I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, and here they do mention him in The Exorcist. In the 1971 novel The Exorcist and the film based on the novel, Pazuzu is supposedly, oh, the nerve. Okay, let me keep going. Is supposedly the evil spirit that possesses the young girl Regan McNeil. For realsies. They really said that. I'll read it again just to make sure that you all hear it. Pazuzu is supposedly the evil spirit that possesses the young girl Regan McNeil. Okay. Now you're sure. If you weren't sure a second ago, now you're for sure. All right. And there's this link that I would love to explore. Oh, look at her. In future Exorcist videos, Pazuzu in The Exorcist. There seems to be a page solely dedicated to Pazuzu and the role Pazuzu plays in the film The Exorcist. I'm not going to do that now because, again, I ain't got that kind of time. But expect me to include this Wikipedia page in my future Exorcist videos. All right. So there's that. So we've talked about Pazuzu. And I will include also this link in the description of this video to the Lamashtu Wikipedia page, article, whatever. because Lamashtu, a female demon, seems to be Pazuzu's arch rival. Okay, so Lamashtu, there's nothing redeeming about this Lamashtu character. Nothing at all. She's just awful. Just awful in every conceivable way. And Pazuzu's job is to put his foot on her neck, right? Lamashtu is depicted as a mythological hybrid with a hairy body, a lioness's head, with donkey's teeth and ears, long fingers and fingernails, and the feet of a bird with sharp talons. She is often shown standing or kneeling on a donkey, nursing a pig and a dog, and holding snakes. She thus bears some functions and resemblance to the demon Lilith in Jewish mythology. Now that's interesting in its own right, but again, ain't got time. Not today, not for this video. So many things have already gone wrong, I'm not going to risk it. But, you can definitely explore this on your own. And the thing is, Lamashtu, look at this, is a malevolent goddess or demigoddess. So she occupies that level on the totem pole, goddess or demigoddess, while Pazuzu over here, who's trying to protect the children, is considered a monster. That's not okay. That's not okay. I think we need to promote Pazuzu, give him a raise. But that's just my opinion. Now, I've said all of that. Okay, let me go over what I've said already. We talked about this, let me get my pronunciation correct. Ancient Mesopotamian religion. This page about ancient Mesopotamian deities. As you can see, there's a lot of them, right? Hanbi, Pazuzu's father, Pazuzu himself, Pazuzu's rival, Lamashtu. All right, and I said I was going to talk about the deities that are basically featured characters. Whether we know it or not, or like it or not, in The Exorcist, they're featured characters. Pazuzu is obviously the most prominent one, but the lesser one, or the less prominent one, it's there. Just nobody really talks about it very much. They just sort of skip over it, and I can see why, I can understand why. But not here. Oh no, not here. We're going to talk about him. This one. Saint Joseph. Alright. Saint Joseph. Why am I talking about this? Because in the movie, we see that Saint Joseph medal. In the Exorcist movie, we see that Saint Joseph medal. I'm trying to remember. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. In my memory of the movie, I remember it popping up 3 times. First in Iraq with Father Marin, and he help me out, Exorcist reviews in the comments and refresh my memory. He sees it in Iraq. Does he find it on his dig with where he finds the little Pazuzu figurine? Does he find it in that dig, in that same location? Or am I mistaken? So that's the first, but we see the St. Joseph medal in Iraq with Father Marin. And then later, we see the St. Joseph medal play a prominent role in the very specific part of the movie where Pazuzu jumps from Regan's body, possessing Regan's body, to possessing Father Karras' body. But before Pazuzu can do that, first, Pazuzu, using Regan's body to, move around and do stuff, first he yanks the St. Joseph medal off of Father Karras' body. He pulls it away from Father Karras' neck, and then Pazuzu jumps into Father Karras' body. It seems like the St. Joseph medal is some kind of barrier or obstacle that Pazuzu has to eliminate if he wants to possess whoever, whether it's Regan, Father Karras, or what have you. Okay, now, please also bear in mind, I'm just concentrating on the movie. I'm not talking about the novel. I'm not talking about the backstory about the boy who was possessed in St. Louis. No. I'm just talking about the movie itself. Exclusively. That's what I'm talking about. So in the movie, what I just described to you, it makes it very clear to me that this St. Joseph medal means something. All right? So St. Joseph, what's up with St. Joseph? He was the husband of Mary, mother of Jesus. Okay, I guess there are other St. Josephs, but this is the one I'm talking about. All right, he was a first-century Jewish man of Nazareth, who, according to the canonical Gospels, was married to Mary, the mother of Jesus, and was the legal father of Jesus. And he happens, all these saints, if you're not Catholic, what you need to know is that each and every saint is in charge of like a certain area of activity. They're the patron saint of whatever happens to be for that particular one. For Joseph, who played such a huge role in the story of Jesus, he's the patron saint of, among others, fathers. Okay, there's stuff here. There's other stuff here. Workers, married people, people living in exile, the sick and the dying, and for a holy death. But right now, for the purpose of this video and the purpose of analyzing The Exorcist and the role of St. Joseph as he's featured on that medallion, he's the patron saint of fathers. Why is that significant? Why is that important to my discussion here? Because fathers... Okay, I'm back again. Listen. When I said that something doesn't want me to make this video, I thought I was just kidding. That's the third thing that happened. I don't know if you heard it. And I mean, I don't know how to edit these things. I'm gonna try and edit that last bit out where I screamed. But I don't know what to think. I mean, nothing terrifying, nothing scary, just me being startled, I guess. Usually when I make these videos, it's all in one take. Yeah, even the ones that run over an hour, I do that all in one clip. This tonight, this is my third interruption. I don't know if there'll be any more. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to finish this. And if I have to edit out my scream, then I'll edit out my scream. But if I can't, then, then I guess I'll just, I'm a little shook. All right, I'm a little shook. This third time. This isn't making any sense. When I did this video, that didn't happen. But today, I'm talking about St. Joseph. Just when I'm talking about St. Joseph. Anyway, let me just, gather myself and keep going. Anyway, he's the patron saint of fathers. And fathers seem to be very sorely lacking in this movie. Father Karras' father is dead. We sort of witness the events leading up to his mother's death, but the father is out of the picture. Same thing for Regan. The father isn't dead, but the father just isn't in her life. The mother and the father had a very public divorce. In the world of the movie, they have a very public divorce, and the father runs off to not just Europe, not just Italy, but Rome. If I'm not mistaken, the father is in Rome. Regan's father. I don't know if we even know his name in the movie, or we get to find out his name. But he's in Rome on Regan's birthday, and Chris is trying to get him on the phone so he can wish Regan a happy birthday, and she's unable to do that because apparently the father seems to be a real piece of work, and he's off in Rome, doing something. But listen, he's in Rome. They could have chose, the author, William Blatty, could have chose any other country in Europe. He could have chose any other city in Italy. But no, he chose Rome. What else is in Rome? Other than Regan's father? The Vatican. Okay, the seat of the Catholic Church is in Rome. All right? Does that mean anything? I don't know. But, I mean, they wouldn't put it in the movie if it didn't mean anything, so I'll just leave it at that. So Joseph, the thing about Joseph that you also need to know is he's not Jesus' real father. Shout out to Mari Povich. He's not. He's not. He's Jesus's, what should we call him? His stepdaddy? Stepfather. And in the story of Jesus' birth and Mary being impregnated by the Holy Spirit and whatever, Joseph wants to leave her until God tells him, no, it's not what you think. So Joseph, he has to be assured that Mary isn't, or hasn't been sullied. Okay? And another thing about the story is that Joseph is about 80 years old and Mary is a teenager. They don't tell you that at Sunday school, do they? And if people do know about that, they figure out some cute little thing to explain it away, like, oh, well, that was the ancient world. Okay, yeah, whatever. It's part of the story. Out of all the things that were edited in and edited out of the New Testament, I'll just focus on the New Testament. That's the one thing they didn't edit. Well, not the one thing, but that's one of the things that they decided to keep. So, whatever. So Joseph is always depicted as an old man, is because he is. All right, when we meet him in the story, he's old. White beard, whatever. Old man. All right. We don't learn about his death. We don't really, I don't think we know about how he died, but professional life. And what else about, he's the patron saint of fathers, which are lacking in this movie. And he happens to be a carpenter. Okay. That's significant. Carpenters work with wood. Wood comes from trees. I told you, I talked about that tree in the last video. In this video over here, the tree from the Garden of Eden that bore the fruit of knowledge, the fruit that condemned both Adam and Eve, that cast them out of the Garden of Eden and ruined the future of mankind, doomed mankind, humankind, whatever, to suffering. All right. The fruit came from a tree. The tree is made of wood. You know what else is made of wood? The cross, upon which Jesus was crucified. That cross is a stylized tree. Make of that what you will. Make of that what you will. Now, with Pazuzu, I guess his equivalent, where's Pazuzu? I need to find him again. There he is. I guess his modern day or modern religion equivalent is the devil. And, I talk about comparative mythology in these videos that have to do with Hunter Biden's work. Hunter Biden's work seems to be very much about comparative mythology. He seems to be a great fan of Joseph Campbell, who's a big name in the field of comparative mythology. Now, if Pazuzu is the, I guess, ancient Mesopotamian equivalent of the devil, then what is the equivalent of Saint Joseph in older religions or mythologies? I have a couple of candidates. My first is, where is he? Oh, this guy, Dumuzi. And once again, if you remember my Ancient Mesopotamia series video about Inanna, okay, Dumuzi is her husband. He's the only one that didn't mourn Inanna's death, and that's why she chooses him to take her place in the underworld, to be dead for half the year, right? Dumuzi was happy for a reason. Inanna cheated on him left and right. Oh, okay. But I don't think she would have. I don't think she would have excused the same kind of behavior from him. So she was jealous and proud and arrogant and whatever. And this demigod husband of hers, Dumuzi, who is associated with shepherds. Oh dear. Okay. He's the one who has to bear the brunt of Inanna's antics. Okay. Inanna doesn't pay for her mistake. Dumuzi does. All right. And he's associated with the shepherds. He's also on the Sumerian kings list. He's listed as an antediluvian king. Antediluvian means before the flood. Yes, that flood from, Noah, right? That's why I strongly encourage people to read the Bible and to study it and to think about it, because there's a lot going on there. Okay? A lot. But Dumuzi, he's listed in the Sumerian kings list. These Sumerian kings lived very, very, very long lives, allegedly. He's listed as an antediluvian king in the city of Bad Tibira, and also an early king of the city of Uruk. Okay? He fails to mourn Inanna's death when she returns from the underworld. Okay? And she allows the Gala demons to drag him down to the underworld as her replacement. Okay? Interesting. And Inanna cheats on him. Kind of like, Joseph thinks that Mary cheated on him. That's why he's a contender. That's why Dumuzi is one of my candidates as the ancient mythology equivalent of Saint Joseph. All right. There's Dumuzi, but there's also this guy. Oh no, this is Inanna's page, and I'll put that in the description for you to read through. Okay. If you missed my video. There's also this guy, Osiris, who is the father of the Egyptian god Horus. Osiris is the father, and Isis is the mother. And I'm linking to all three of these, right? Osiris, Isis, and the Osiris myth. The Osiris myth is a big one for Egyptian mythology. And yes, I did an intro to Egyptian art video where I mention Egyptian mythology. It's very important, among other things, for understanding Egyptian art. So Osiris is green because he represents rebirth, right? So in the story, his evil brother, Set, cut him up into pieces after killing him. Isis, his wife, found all the pieces and wrapped his body up, enabling him to return to life. This is how they explain mummification. Okay, Osiris was at times considered the Okay, now, they found all of his pieces. All of them. Except for that one. Except that piece of Osiris's body. They used something else, all right, to complete the puzzle of his dismembered body. And that's Isis copulates with that reassembled body that's missing that one part. And then she gets pregnant and gives birth to Horus, who is considered the god that represents all pharaohs. Okay? So if that part was missing, is Osiris really the daddy? Just kind of like, is St. Joseph really the daddy? No, he's not. We know that he's not. He's the legal father. but he's not the biological father of Jesus. Once again, shout out to Mari Povich. Oh. So, things to think about, right? Isis, Osiris myth. Okay. Now, why am I talking about this? Because that Saint Joseph medal, it's a barrier to something. It's a barrier. Pazuzu needs to get it out of the way so he can jump into Father Karras's body from Regan's body. Okay. Now, make of that what you will. Saint Joseph is the patron saint of fathers. Legal father. It even says here, legal father of Jesus, guardian of the Holy Family. Now there's also another play on the word father that we need to consider in the context of fathers and Saint Joseph. In the movie, The Exorcist, there's also the title father that is bestowed upon priests, clergy in the Catholic Church. So Father Karras having that title, I guess that's not enough to protect him. He needs that medal. What is the medal? And again, Father Marin. Where's my thing? Okay, Father Marin. No. Where is he? Oh yeah, Father Marin, there he is. Lancaster Marin. Finds it in Iraq. Then it's again on around Karras's neck. And then the third time we see the medal is when it is given to Father Karras's friend after Father Karras's death. And it's given to Father Karras's friend. It's given to him by, where is he? This guy. Kinderman. Him. The thumbnail from my first Exorcist video where none of this stuff was going wrong the way it is tonight. Interesting. So this medal or medallion or amulet, remember amulet? Where are we? I need to find it again. Yes, apotropaic, protective magic, amulets. So the St. Joseph medal is an apotropaic amulet that were also made depicting Pazuzu. But in this movie, it's not Pazuzu, it's St. Joseph. And that medallion or amulet is a barrier of some kind that Pazuzu needs to get out of his way in order to be able to jump into whatever, right? And Lieutenant William Kinderman, is the one who gives it to Father Karras's friend near the end of the movie. Really interesting. Also really interesting. Where is it? Yeah. The director's name is William Friedkin. The writer's name, author of the book and the screenplay, William Peter Blatty. Okay. And the detective's name is William Kinderman. That can't be a coincidence. Okay. That can't be a coincidence. So I don't know the answer to this St. Joseph puzzle or mystery that I've presented. Probably somebody's talked about it before. I don't know if I'll look for it. I don't know if I'll look for mentions of it, but, I'm sure I can't be the first one who's mentioned this St. Joseph medal and what role it might play, like what's really going on with that thing in this movie. And Oh, I'm almost up to 1 hour. One last thing I want to talk about. This is not the Wikipedia page for the movie. The Wikipedia page for the movie is over here. Okay? This is just the Wikipedia page for the word exorcist. And what's going on? What does that word mean? In some religions, an exorcist, from the Greek, I can't pronounce this, is a person who is believed to be able to cast out the devil or performs the ridding of demons or other supernatural beings who are alleged to have possessed a person, or sometimes a building, or even an object. An exorcist can be a specially prepared or instructed person, including a priest, a nun, a monk, a witch doctor, healer, a shaman, a psychic, or a geomancer. Okay. Go ahead and read through this. So this is the thing. Why am I saying this? Why am I mentioning this? Well, should I open up this? No, it's not big enough. It never is. Or maybe I should go back to the still from Rob Baker's video. That's the title of the movie. The Exorcist. Who is that? Wikipedia tells us that it's a person. In this movie, what person? We have two choices, I think. It's either Father Marin or Father Karras. Because it doesn't say the exorcists. It's not plural. No. Singular. The exorcist. So it's not both of them. What's this movie really about? That's always the question. After everything. What's it really about? What are they really talking about? What are they really trying to accomplish? What were they really trying to accomplish by creating this movie? And again, I'm not talking about the novel. I'm not talking about the real life thing that happened with the kid. No, I'm just talking about the scariest movie, the scariest film of all time. What's really going on? Who is the exorcist? We can't forget that. Okay, so I think that's it. I made it, I think. Maybe I shouldn't speak too soon. I haven't closed the video out. So, thank you for watching and or listening. I hope you enjoyed it. I did my best with all these interruptions and all these, weird things that were going on. I just kept going, and I seem to have made it to the end. So thank you for sticking with me right up until the end. And if you like this movie, again, I'm tired. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and or share. If you know somebody who would enjoy watching this and listening to me blather on and on and on and screaming. Now I've started screaming in this one. But yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I think that's all I have to say for this one. The next time I make one of these, I'm going to make sure that I've got all my stuff together before I switch on my machine here. Because tonight, I thought I had all my stuff together, but I guess not. And again, I hope I can edit out that, me, I don't know if I was screaming or squeaking or whatever, but jeez. That was just too much. It was embarrassing, but I'm not one to leave stuff out. So, again, thank you so much. And until the next time I talk at you for whatever reason, for whatever subject. Maybe next time I'll make a simpler video about a simpler topic, and hopefully I won't have these interruptions like I did today. Or tonight, rather. But until next time, the next video, I will go ahead and bid you bye-bye. So, bye-bye, everybody.